Yo.
What up?
What we talking about? What's good?
What you mean? What we tell you? You know what we talking about? We know what we talking about. I know what we talking about. Man done changed up his whole look. He done came out here with glasses. Y'all see the name on him. He's brother Matthew today.
Brother
I
Matthew.
can't even call him Malik. He's brother Matthew today.
Brother Matthew. How y'all
Um,
doing? Yes, that's my intro.
that is his intro. I'm still the champ over here. Regardless of what this man or anyone else has to say, that still just remains what it is. But how are you feeling, sir?
I'm good money. I feel you know how I feel. I feel pretty good after, a great UFC card. You know what I
It was
mean?
a
Like,
great show. It was a very exciting. It was a very good show. A lot of good things happening.
yeah,
Uh,
miracles, right? According to you, miracles.
yes,
Miracles
yes.
happen on there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Miracles for sure. I don't doubt that. It's a miracle that Sean O'Malley still can't fight anyone with any kind of name in the UFC. So yeah, miracles
Yeah,
must
all right.
continue to happen.
Whatever. Are you done with your intro, sir?
I'm done. I'm ready. I'm ready for all of the things that you have to say to me
That
on
why are
this
you
night.
saying it like this? Like you sound like you got a target on your back or something.
Not you were adamant. When is we coming on? When is we? You was posting in the group when Corey's about to get embarrassed on the show. Next time we do, you've been on this since Sunday morning, not Saturday night, because you went 0 dark 30
Yeah, I
and we
didn't. I
watched it
couldn't
on
see the
Sunday.
card on
Couldn't
Saturday
see
night.
the
I was
card on
busy.
Saturday night,
Yeah, I was
but on
busy.
Sunday afternoon, I get messaged in the group chat from this man,
What the
all
Joe
caps. That's
Budden
how you
mean?
know it was real.
What the Joe
With
Budden
the Joe
mean?
Button mean, all caps. So you know he was
Oh,
really serious and yelling when this went down. But it's all good. I get it. Are we gonna start with that, or are we gonna start with the main event? We want to just start with
so
that and get
wherever
that going.
wherever you want to start at, we
It
can
does.
start.
It
I'll leave it
doesn't
up to
matter
you.
to me. It
It's
doesn't
up to
matter to
you.
me.
Well, let the beat build a little bit. We'll start.
All right.
We want to start. Of course, we going
Well,
to
we got to start with the main
review.
event.
We just going
Yes.
review of UFC 269. Of course,
Absolutely.
I didn't feel
Absolutely.
like putting everything and messing with it.
It's
So
okay. Y'all
we
know
can
why
just
we're
talk about
here.
it. Yeah,
Y'all know
facts.
why we're here.
Facts. So we
Let's
can
go
start
ahead.
at the main event.
Let's
Dustin
just start
Poirier
at the main
versus
event.
Charles Oliveira. What you think about it?
I mean, that was just kudos to Charles Oliveira. That man's game plan was perfect. That was an absolute clinic. Poirier was there. Poirier hit hard as shit. Like Poirier, Oliveira was blocking shots and was still getting knocked over because Poirier got hands like that and he got power like that. And even though I gave Poirier the first round, especially because of the knockdown he had and his shots just hit harder, you could tell that body work by Oliveira was hurting him. He hit him with some meat, especially the knees. He got him in the clinch, and them knees, so you could see in Dustin's face, like they were hurting him. I was hurting for him, and he just wore him down a little bit. The second round comes, and now he's a little worn down. Now that takedown that he couldn't get in that first round, oh, he got it in the second. And what he do the whole second round? Hands over the face, doing all this. Oh, can't breathe. Elbow. Can't breathe. Can't
That was
breathe. Can't
disgusting.
breathe. Elbow.
That was disgusting.
And he
Yeah.
wasn't just like holding it over his mouth to where you could move it. He was doing all different shit, switching hand. He had a technique to not letting this man breathe on the ground. Shit was
Mm,
amazing. Once the third round started, you could tell like the second he grabbed Dustin, it was like, oh, it's over.
it's over.
It's over. The second he grabbed Dustin, you see Dustin kind of put two hands on the ground, and Oliveira Jedi leg whipped around to take his back in point 0.4 seconds. It's like, oh, we're done here. It's only a matter of time at that point. It was I don't know how to feel about that. But I appreciate you tuning in. But watch off. But
Appreciate it, V.
I always
Appreciate it.
appreciate that. Um, but yeah, once he took his back, like you just knew immediately. It's like, all right, that's it. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
We know what happens when Charles Oliveira takes your back. You
Mm-hmm.
do not survive ever.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolute perfect game plan to wear Dustin down. That wasn't Dustin gas. That wasn't Dustin gassing. That was Oliveira taking his gas tank, and it was fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Who did you have winning the fight?
I had Oliveira. I absolutely picked Oliveira. Legitimately, I had Oliveira. It was tough. It was very. I went back and forth on it a lot. But I would say Oliveira, even recently going into the fight, to me, Oliveira has been a little more battle tested. I feel like Dustin has kind of had two easy fights in the last year plus.
You
Um,
watch your.
um, it's what it is. Connor ain't that dude no more. He's been able to. And I don't mean that to act like Dustin hasn't been training and working his ass off or anything, but it's you know it's different when you're getting in there with the killers that Oliveira's been getting in there with fight after fight after fight, and Poirier hasn't had that in the last year plus. And then the last time he did, it was Khabib, and I'm not judging anybody off how they perform against Khabib at all. It's fucking Khabib. Um, but I think Oliveira's just on one of those runs right now. That when it,
I mean, let's not pretend like Dustin hasn't been through wars, though. I mean, let's not.
I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm not saying
Let's
throughout his
not do
career
that.
he hasn't at all. I'm saying recent transactions, recent receipts. Dustin has so the Connor fight for him is an easy fight. He's a
Okay,
terrible matchup for Connor.
Oliver had Michael Chandler, and then he had Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson tougher fight right now than Connor.
Stop it, nigga. Oh, stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. You wilding right now. See, this is just a defense mechanism. It's okay. It's fine.
Not at
I
all
get it.
defense
I get
mechanism.
it. I get it. Tony Ferguson is not a tougher fight than Conor McGregor.
Right now he is.
No, he's not. People have been beating the dog shit out of Tony Ferguson for like 3 straight years now. I don't want to hear that he's a tougher fight than Conor McGregor.
I stand by what I said.
Of course you do. Whatever.
Goddamn right.
Anyway, whatever. Anyway, I was wrong about the fight. I actually had Poirier winning the fight. I thought Poirier was going to win the fight because he did exactly what I expect him to do, especially in the first round. I kind of thought that Poirier was going to get him out of there by the second round. That was my prediction, just because I know, like, let's not get it twisted. I'd said this shit to myself after I saw the fight. Regardless of Poirier lost at all, or whatever, Poirier's hands down the best boxer in UFC. Hands down.
I'd have to think about that. I'm not going to
He's
disagree right
hands
now,
down.
but I
Don't
can't.
I
don't
do the
know about
Usman shit.
hands down.
Don't
No,
do the
whoa. He's a better boxer than Max?
Yes. He beat the dog shit out of Max. Yes.
He didn't beat the dog shit out of Max. That was a competitive ass
Stop
fight.
it.
He
Stop
hits
it. No,
harder than Max. It was a competitive fight. Whoa. That was a competitive fight. It is way more competitive than people want to act like and remember it as. That was a competitive
I remember
fight.
the fight totally.
Max was tagging him. It's just that Poirier hits harder.
It
So
had no
when
effect.
It
had no effect.
Max don't punch. Max ain't a knockout puncher. Poirier
Okay,
is.
so who's the better boxer?
Max is a better boxer.
No, he's
Poirier's
not.
a harder hitter. Poirier is a harder hitter.
Max is not Max is not a better boxer than Poirier. I'm sorry. Not after what I saw last fight.
He's a better boxer than Piotr.
Who, Max? Max or
Poirier.
Poirier? Yes,
Poirier. Then Piotr.
yes.
Mm. Poirier's in the conversation, but I'd have to take some serious
You
looks.
you better look. You better take a look. Poirier's the best boxer in UFC right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The stance, the head movement, the power, the precision. Stop. He got it all. He got it all. That's why he's the best one. He has it all. It's not like Max where he has good hand speed. He's accurate, true, but he doesn't have the power. Dustin has all of that. That's my point. That's why, to me, he's the best boxer in the UFC right now. I'd have to look at Jan. Be honest with you. But like I said, I thought Poirier was going to win because of what I kind of expect him to do in the first round. He probably should have got him the fuck out of there in the first round. But like you said, every time Poirier seemed to get close when he was about to finish him, Oliveira would clinch him and then give him a knee, and then Maxwell had to back off. I mean, Poirier would have to back the fuck off.
Right.
And then Poirier would start tagging him again, and then there goes Oliveira with the clinch knee again. You know what I'm saying? Elbow. Like,
his clinch work was really, really good.
Yo, Oliveira's clinch work was crazy. I'm not going to front. And with the second round, when Oliveira took him down, I expected Poirier to try to get up. But halfway through the round, bro, and you still on your back, and you're not doing anything but catching clean elbows, bro.
Well, he kept him in the body triangle at first, which Cormier was saying, like, you got to let that go if you want to get. You can't. You're not going to be able to get up if your legs are wrapped around him. It's not. Right. It's not going to work. So he spent at least the first minute or so with that, and you're not going to do that. But after that, like, it's just people assume it's just, oh, well, he's strength and explosion, and you can just get. It's not that easy.
And at the same time, Poirier did mention that the reason why I stayed there was because I didn't want to give him my back. Like, I didn't even want to give him. I didn't even want to give him the opportunity to transition to get my back, because Poirier knew too, if that situation happens, it's a wrap.
Yep.
The dude has how many UFC finishes by submission?
The most submissions of all time. I know that.
All time.
I don't know the number.
Like, dude, like that's not he's not the one to play with like that. So I get why he stayed there when he explained it, but he took so much fucking damage there. When I saw Poirier on the stool after the second, I knew it was a wrap.
Yeah,
I knew it was a wrap. He didn't have that. If you take a look at Poirier in the corner in the first round, opposed to Poirier in the corner in the second round, whenever I see a fighter like that, I'm like, the only one who's been able to overcome that shit that I've seen is Ortega.
Yeah, he's I don't know what the fuck T-City's made out of.
He's the only one that I've been able to see like in the corner, nigga, and you look done. Like, I'm just trying to get through the rest of the fight. Fras, what's up? Relax.
Yes, sir. By the way, Oliveira 15 UFC submissions, 4 more than anybody else. Second is Damian Maia, and then Royce Gracie is 10.
Yeah, but anytime I see a fighter look like that, I pretty much know it's not your night. Weird. When he choked him out, he left him in the same position as who? Pictures is identical.
Oh, we talk about the. Oh, you must be talking about the co-main event.
No.
Is that?
No,
I was thinking. Poirier,
when Poirier was on the mat. Who did that remind you of?
Kind of like Conor when Nate Diaz choked him out. That was
No. You're funny. Anyway, next fight.
I don't know who you're talking about. I really wasn't sure.
Next fight.
I bet you do want to move on to the next fight.
Mm-hmm. Why not? Actually, yeah, I think it is the Diaz fight. I think it is the Diaz fight. That's
what I thought.
So we had Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena.
We did.
What do you have to say for yourself, sir? Yeah, that's right. Put the belt down, goddammit.
Sit this down.
put the belt down. That's right.
I'm gonna
Put
sit
it
this
down.
down.
Put the
I
belt
want
down.
to. I want to say this, regardless of
Wait,
anything.
wait.
Oh shit! Here this. Here you go. Here you go. Been waiting for this
Continue,
one.
sir.
I want to make it very, very clear that I am in no way diminishing, taking away the moment and the victory that Juliana Pena had.
I
She
don't like
called
what
her out. She called her out. She won the fight. She said she did exactly what she said she was going to do. She has every right to talk all the shit that she has been talking since Saturday night. Every right. 100%.
I don't
That
like
is
what
a
you're
moment
saying.
that will go down in UFC history for eternity. You ended the run of the most dominant women's fighter ever, one of the most dominant fighters ever, period. Top 5 all time on my list. I'll never take that away from Juliana Pena, ever. That being said, all that comes to mind is the words of one George St. Pierre. I was not that impressed with your performance. It was
Wow, bro.
it wasn't. Just like you said, and it was funny. This is why I started laughing as you were talking about. I thought Poirier was going to win because of what he did in the first round. That's how I felt about Nunes and Pena. That first round, Nunes whooped her ass. Nunes
She
whooped
got
her
two
ass in that
knocked
first
down.
round. Two, and she tripped her on the first leg kick thrown in the fight.
Nerves.
It was like the first round went how I expected the fight was going to go. And then Nunes went to her corner, and I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know. It's weird to me. You can't sit
Not
like
weird to
it.
me.
It is very weird to me.
It's not weird to me at all.
We've seen Nunes go 5 rounds twice in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's gassing after one against Pena, and not one when she was like on her back having to expend a bunch of energy, like you were on top game, and you gas out one. I've seen you have striking matches and outstrike strikers like Misha Tate and Shevchenko play even with Shevchenko, but you getting tagged by Juliana Pena, who's throwing punches like this in the fight.
Did she get hit with him or not?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
That's what you mean? That's what
That's
you don't
what I
understand.
don't understand.
She got punched in the
was
face.
Terrible punches. It looked awful.
So
All I'm saying is, again, it is, and this isn't to make excuses. I'm not making excuses for Nunes. I'm taking Nunes to task for basically taking the shit easy, like she had the shit in the bag. Like, to me,
so
that's what it like.
that's how you saw it.
That is how I saw it, because what the fuck? Pena didn't. This wasn't like a when Usman beat Woodley, and you're like, holy shit, that's a Usman I've never seen before. God damn, he got way better. Or Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey, where you're not leaving that fight going, Juliana Pena just put on this amazing performance and just stepped up to a level that I've never seen. What? I didn't know Juliana Pena had that in her game. No one's fucking saying that shit. No one is saying that. She didn't. The story is, what the fuck happened to Amanda that made her go from a dominant first round to looking absolute shit in the second.
I haven't heard anybody say that, actually. So that is an excuse on your part. I haven't heard anybody say that. I haven't heard anybody wonder what the fuck happened to Amanda. Nobody.
That's not an excuse. That's legitimately going, Nunes, what the fuck is you on?
She got her ass kicked. I don't.
Do you think that Juliana Pena, any of the Nunes, you say Nunes looked the same as Nunes has looked in her previous 5 fights?
To me, yes.
No.
To me, yeah. I mean, what? Let me let y'all know exactly what happened. Corey's supposed to be the aficionado of the show, but since Corey doesn't want to dive deep and he wants to try to find excuses for
It's not an
Amanda,
excuse.
or
I'm making excuses for
Amanda
Amanda.
wasn't on her game, and that's the
She
reason
wasn't
why she was just fine. She was just fucking fine. She was just fine in the first, and she was just
in the
fine in
first
the
round.
fucking second. It didn't look like Amanda didn't have her game plan down. It didn't look like Amanda didn't know what she was doing in there. It looked like the same Amanda to me.
It did look like an Amanda that was not all the way there mentally. And
Like,
that's
yeah,
on Amanda.
and
And that's on
that's the point.
Amanda. And that's on Amanda. I'm
No, it's
not
not.
saying
It's
that
not.
that is on Amanda.
No, it's not. I don't feel like you're giving Juliana Pena enough credit, bro. I really don't.
She didn't
I
look
don't.
great to me.
That's
Didn't look
fine.
great to me.
Okay, I don't. Why? Because she didn't knock her the fuck out. That's why.
No, because I could look at her actual performance and not go. That Juliana Pena would have got the dog shit beat out of her if that was Shevchenko in front of her normal.
But it
She
wasn't
would have never
Shevchenko,
came
was it?
close.
It
That's
wasn't
what I'm saying.
Shevchenko. It was
But
Amanda
that's what I'm
Nunes. You can't.
saying.
They're
I'm
two
giving
way
you
different fighters.
I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you won the fight. I'm not like you beat the fighter who was there in front of you. Like, period, point blank, regardless of anything else I said. You beat the fighter who was put in front of you. I just don't think I wasn't walking away going, Juliana Pena is about to like run the division. I was sitting here going, I don't know who the fuck's about to see Juliana Pena. That performance did not do it for me. It was enough to win the fight. Period. And which is in the end of the day is all that fucking matters. It was enough to win the fucking fight. Period, point blank. But I'm not sitting there going, yeah, I'd put her in there again. Anyone. If she like, I don't see her having any kind of long reign. And if it's wrong, I'm sure I'll eat shit on that in coming shows. I don't see her having any kind of long reign. I did not see anything in that fight that made me go, yeah, this is the future of the division. Yeah, this is one of the best that's coming along right here. She won
She
the
just won
fight.
the fucking title.
Absolutely she did. Absolutely she did.
So
I was not impressed.
It don't matter if you look at her and you be like, yeah,
impressed.
she's the best. No, she is the best in the division. She's the fucking champion. She's the best in the division. Sorry.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
She just
Same way
beat
I don't
Amanda
believe.
Nunes. Okay, she just
Same way I
okay.
don't believe Aljo is the best at 135
That's
in the
the
men's
you
division.
can't do the
You got the
shit.
belt.
That's
You got the belt.
totally different.
You got
He
the
got the
belt.
belt off of DQ. Amanda got her ass kicked. There's a whole difference. Whole difference.
She did get her ass kicked.
Yes, she did. And it was the same Amanda that I've seen in every other fight.
I do not believe that was the same Amanda.
That's what we're going to have to agree to disagree, because that was the same Amanda. You know why I know it was the same Amanda? Because I think Amanda got scared. I'm sorry. Amanda got scared. Saw the look in her face when she realized she couldn't knock her ass out.
I can give you that. I think she thought
when she realized,
she mentally thought, especially after the first round, all right, all I got to do is hit her a couple times and this shit is done. And she did, and it wasn't.
Yep. And then Juliana started tagging her ass.
She did, which just doesn't make sense to me, because I'm looking at these strikes going, how the fuck are you not getting out of the way?
Because she's getting
terrible
because she's taking a punch to throw a punch. That's why them shits look ugly like that. Her head was still snapping back. She just happened to be punching her at the same fucking time.
Terrible.
It wasn't like she was trying to throw her punches like that. I've seen Juliana fight. She got hands a little bit.
Terrible.
Nah, let's stop. It's because she was getting punched in the face.
Shit was terrible. I was.
But Julia, respected Juliana, baby. You did everything you said you was going to do from jump, and I believed you. I told you. I said, hey,
that credit.
I told you. I said her game plan actually makes a lot of fucking sense, because I have seen Nunes gas before, and I've seen Nunes gas
years before, though. That was my thing. If this was 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, it might really be it. We've seen Nunes go 5 rounds twice since like 2019. We've seen her go the distance and look fine. That is why in my head that doesn't make as much sense to me because we've seen Nunes go 5 rounds. Not
But
only that,
at the
your
same
ground game
time,
is so tough, but you just got tapped out by Jermaine Durandamy last year. Jermaine Durandamy has 1 submission victory on her belt, and it's against fucking Juliana Pena. And I'm
shit happens.
supposed to sit here and believe you're gonna
Shit
outground
happens.
game Amanda Nunes?
Shit
Like,
happens.
no, I do not regret saying what I said because the shit didn't make sense to me. I was dead fucking wrong. The shit happened. It is what it is. But you won the fight. You're the champ. Like I said first, you have earned every right to talk as much shit to people like me who didn't fucking believe. I'll take that on the champ. 100%. I'll take it. I don't think she'll have the belt this time next year.
Oh, she's winning the rematch. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't believe she'll have the belt this time next year.
Well, she's still beating Amanda again, so it doesn't matter.
We shall see.
She's beating Amanda. Amanda quit in there. She's beating Amanda again.
She did quit. She did. I agree with your point in that
She
I
quit.
think
I'm
Amanda
sorry.
thought
She quit.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with your point that Amanda thought she was just going to knock her out. And when she didn't, she was lost. Which, again, makes no fucking sense because you took her down in the first round pretty fucking easily. Why couldn't you just do that shit again? You tried after you had already got rocked and you had no fucking strength left. It's defies logic to me.
It makes sense to me. I just saw Amanda finally go up against somebody that wasn't scared of her ass and beat her ass.
Cyborg wasn't scared of her, and she knocked Cyborg the fuck.
Who wasn't scared of her?
Cyborg was not scared of her.
All right, that's one out of everybody else.
Holly wasn't scared of her. She just knocked Holly clean the fuck out.
Yeah, Holly got scared when she got punched in the face.
I don't think Holly was scared of her. I just think
Holly got as soon as Holly got stop because I saw the fight too. Holly got scared as soon as she got snuffed. I'm sorry. As soon as she got snuffed, she got scared. I wasn't the same Holly Holm after that. As soon as Holly caught one of those, she was like, "Nah, this shit is different. This power is different."
I don't think Shevchenko was scared of her. She beat her the first time.
Shevchenko is gonna beat the shit out of her if she ever fit. I see why Amanda ducking that fight. You don't want that fight. That's the first thing I thought about. I laid in bed after that, like later on that night, way after watching the fights, and this shit just happened to pop in my mind. Like, yo, Valentina would really beat the dog shit out of Amanda Nunes if they got in there. You quit off of that?
I still think she beat it the second time. I've held firm since I saw that fight that Shevchenko beat her in that second fight. To me, Amanda got the first one. Shevchenko got the second one. I still think that was bullshit.
Shevchenko's beating the dog shit out of Amanda. I'm sorry.
I think Shevchenko's that is the only blemish for real on Valentina's record recently. And it's like, yeah, this is a girl who's probably naturally 2 weight classes bigger than you because Nunes is really could just be fighting at 145 for real. Shevchenko's natural weight class is 125. And you barely beat her twice, with most people believing that she won the second one. I hate that. Pena, you should do the same and avoid Shevchenko. You better hope she stays at 125 and don't come for champ status.
Why would she do that?
Would be
because I just make her fight Amanda first.
No, for what?
Oh, you fight Amanda first to get to me.
Get the fuck. You ain't calling those shots like that. She fucking wishes.
No.
Please. Shevchenko got way more. Shevchenko got way more pull than her. Shevchenko got way more pull.
You beat Amanda twice. Because the rematches was next.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
So that's my point.
You have to.
That's my point.
You have to. As long as Amanda won, I will be honest, I felt like Amanda was going to retire. Even the way, like right after the fight, how she just took her gloves off, took all the wraps off, like immediately after the fight.
She was salty.
It was like it really read.
And she knew she quit. Like, she knew she quit. That wasn't even really a real naked choke. She knew she quit.
You don't have to get all the way under the neck to tap someone
Oh,
out.
Corey,
In that.
no,
You
we're
don't.
not doing
No,
that.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying I don't. But I'm just saying the fact that a rear naked wasn't all the way like complete under is not reason to be like, oh, it wasn't even in. Plenty of motherfuckers have tapped. Just you get that shit under the chin, right, and that shit hurts. You can break a jaw. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm simply saying, oh, it wasn't all the way locked in and completely under is not a reason to go, she quit. I already said I thought she mentally checked out. I agree with that. I agree with that point. I've already been through that. But like I said, when she was the way she looked after it, it looked more like remember when Rose lost the belt and she was kind of like almost kind of relieved, like not to have it. That's what Amanda kind of looked like to me. Like, yeah, all right, well, shit, okay. Get these gloves off, whatever. Like, she looked like she was just like, all right, guess I'm now. I don't know what happened behind closed doors once the shit was over, once she got back to her hotel and everything. She could have been lost her shit. I don't know. But in
That's
that
probably what
moment,
happened.
right, right. But in that moment, she looked content. Just like, yeah, nah, me got it. All right. I'm good. Like she could easily just. I thought she was going to retire, and I thought they were going to interview her. She was going to be like, "Yeah, I don't. I'm probably done." Like
It
that
crossed
wouldn't
my
have
mind.
shocked me at
I'm
all.
not. I'm not. I'm not
And
going to sit here and fuck with you. It did cross my mind that she was going to
that's
do that
what
too.
she looked like. Like that's what she looked like to me. Was just like, yeah, you look. I done all this. I'm the greatest women's fighter of all time. I'm sure she has enough money. Even though UFC don't really pay people like that. Her, I know she's gotten paid enough to where she's like, look, I'm good. I'm married. They just had their kid. I ain't really got to do this like that no more. Like I could have saw that that's what she looked like to me. And I know in the immediate aftermath, she said, nope, rematch. That's what I want. Coming back.
I don't believe her though.
We'll
I don't
see.
believe her.
We'll see.
I don't believe her.
We'll
Because you
see.
know why? Because when she was in the octagon, Joe asked her that question and she ducked that question. She definitely ducked the rematch question. That's why I was like, nah, I think Juliana beats her the second time. I think she's in her fucking head.
Yeah.
I really
I
do.
don't
I
think.
really do. I really believe like Juliana's in her fucking head. She could, bro, she
Yeah.
caught this shit in
She
March,
did.
my nigga. When
She
she
did.
said it, I was like, yo, that makes sense. That shit makes perfect sense. And to go out there and then to do this shit, like the look in Amanda's face told me everything. It wasn't just like, yo, all right, Whaley, you got caught. Cool.
Right.
Here's your rematch.
Right.
Like, it wasn't
Right.
that to me. It was like, oh shit, you meant everything you said. And you're right. That's the shit that got me like, that's why I thought Amanda was going to retire. It wasn't the fact about all the accomplishments and shit. It was just like, oh shit, I think I finally met my match. I'm out.
Right.
That's what
Could
I
be.
thought. So, but she accepted the rematch.
She said she wants to do it. We'll see 2-3 months from now.
She said she needs to get her shit together. I don't exactly know
I
what
mean,
that
obviously,
means.
you got regardless of all that, they're gonna wait as long as they can because that rematch is gonna be money now.
Another thing. I'm just saying that wasn't the Amanda Nunes she need to go get her shit together. I don't see why. I mean, she just had an off night, right? What do you need? What do you need
I don't know.
What do you need to go get together?
A lot of shit. The shit that
Like what?
don't make you gas out in the fucking second round. Whatever the fuck.
You said she ain't been gassing lately, so why?
She hadn't been. I know she hasn't been. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't have the.
That's because
I don't have
opponent.
the
She's beating the fuck out of people. She's letting you live for 5 rounds. That's my point. Like it's the same Amanda. She just couldn't play with her prey this time. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for 3 rounds, and then I'm gonna take you down for the next 2 rounds so I can show that I can wrestle too, because I'm still stronger than you. So when I wrestle you, I'm gonna just beat the shit. It doesn't take a lot of stamina out of Amanda to beat the shit out of somebody for 5 rounds. Come on, Corey. It's not like she's in there having wars and we're like, yeah, Amanda really has great cardio. No, she's literally beating the dog shit out of everybody they put in front of her. That's why
Well,
her cardio.
I mean,
That's
in fairness, when she was doing that early on, like she couldn't go 3 rounds, still even after 2 rounds being on top, she would kill people for 2 rounds and then cast out in the third, still being dominant in the first 2 rounds. So
look.
even going 5 rounds in top game was still a fucking improvement
I'm
from
just
what we
saying.
had seen from Amanda Nunes
I'm just saying,
early
nigga.
on.
Me and you both know she was playing with her prey in there.
100%.
Like
Absolutely,
you
she
both
was.
know that.
She
And she didn't.
100% was.
But then here's
And
my
that
point.
is what is
There
frustrating.
wasn't the test. That's my point. There wasn't the test where the adrenaline was going fucking crazy to make you gas.
Because I think the ones that there would have been, like a Holly, she got the fuck out of there. Like a Holly and a Cyborg, where that test would have been, that are going to give you. She got Cyborg out in the first round. She got Holly out, I believe, in the second, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like those ones that would have given her that test. She got them the fuck out of there.
And the reason why she gassed, it wasn't abnormal. The reason why she gassed was because in the second round, when she realized she couldn't knock her the fuck out, she emptied her gas tank trying to knock her the fuck out. That's what it is. Usually Amanda will tag you, rock you, pull back. Tag you, rock you, pull back. I'm not rocking this bitch. What the fuck is going on? Empty the gas tank, quit. That's how I see it. I don't think it was a stamina issue with Amanda. I think Amanda was perfectly fine. I respect Amanda enough to train the same way she's trained for everybody else. Amanda, there was no injury, nothing. Corey, I apologize. Amanda just got her ass kicked that night. It's okay. It's fine. Juliana Pena to go.
Oh, whoa! What? Shut up!
I'm chilling.
I'm like, what? He just fucking with me.
I'm not.
Like I said, respect. You won. It's you won the fight. Like period, point blank, regardless of anything. And that's why I've like continually said that, because I really do mean that. Regardless of anything else, you said you were going to do it, and you went out. There's been a lot of motherfuckers that say a lot of shit and then get in the fight and shit the bed. And Juliana ain't do that.
Amanda did try to duck the fight for a little while.
She wasn't ducking the fight.
Oh, stop it! She did duck this fight.
She was ducking the fight.
There was nobody else for her. They had to give her. She was like, "Oh shit! All right, fuck it."
Well, yeah, because literally there was no one else there. There wasn't. She wasn't even the top. She wasn't even the top contender. She wasn't even number one in the rankings.
She knew she was losing this fight.
She wasn't even number one in the rankings.
She knew it.
Ducking her.
She knew it. She knew she was losing this fight. She knew she was losing this fight. She knew it. She knew it. She knew. Juliana was right about everything. She knew she was losing this fight. She knew it. Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah, this shit don't happen for me this shit don't happen. This shit don't happen for me often. I just had a feeling, man. When I saw that interview with Ariel, I was like, yo, Corey, have you seen this? Well, Corey, nah, she wilding. She gonna get her ass knocked out by the second round. She gonna get her ass knocked. Fuck that. Fuck no, your words. I do verbatim. Fuck that. First round, within 3 minutes, she's out of there. I said, no, Corey, hold up. Hold up. She got a good point.
She's 2-2 in her last 4 fights.
Doesn't matter. She's she's a champ now. None of that matters.
She is.
None of that. None of that shit matters. I don't regret
anything I said. I meant it. It made sense. I was wrong. Is what it is. Congratulations to the Venezuelan vixen. Congratulations. You said you were going to do it. You earned your belt. I don't like this. Isn't like me like going at Aljamain, like you shouldn't really be champ. You made
the comparison.
Like, I made a comparison based on one simple thing when you said she has the belt. She's the best in the division. Some people have the belt, not the best in the division. That was my only point. That was the only point of comparison, was that just because you got the belt does not make you the best in the division.
So who's better in the division than Juliana?
I'd have to look at the division.
Exactly. Juliana's on top. Nigga, it doesn't matter. That's my point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does not matter.
Top.
Anybody that could beat Amanda Nunes could beat the shit out of anybody else in that division. I'm sorry. Maybe not Holly. I could see Holly beating her. I can see. I'm not going to bullshit with you. I'm not going to fuck with you on that. I can see Holly beating her. That's because Holly will fight smarter. That's why. Yes. Holly would fight a lot smarter and keep her the fuck off of her and point out. I can see Holly beating her. Amanda beating her.
It could just be a matchup thing. It might very well just like, nah, you're just not.
Juliana said that too.
You're just not going to do that. Like what
Juliana
you do.
said that too.
Whereas,
Juliana said, I'm just a bad matchup for it.
Right.
Like,
as you said, someone like Holly isn't going in there looking for a knockout. We just coming in here to, I'm just going to outpoint you, which could happen. But I mean, what has Holly really done? Again, the rematch is clearly the next fight. That has to be it. We did kind of skip over that. What's next for Dustin? We kind of skipped over that. I think Oliveira. I think you got to do Oliveira Gaethje. I think it has to be that.
I'm gonna be real. If I'm Dustin, Connor, where you at?
I think there's 3 pots.
Cool. Or Kobe Covington talking shit.
Kobe is talking big shit.
Kobe talking big shit.
Kobe talking big shit right now.
You want to face a boxer? Masvidal ain't got shit to do if that Kobe fight don't go through.
Kobe talking big shit. That wasn't even what I was thinking. Even in the division, you could do. I think obviously the Conor fight is going to be looked at because it is the money fight. I think you could also look at Nate Diaz because that was a fight that was supposed to happen in New York a couple years ago and got canceled.
Nate got a fight.
Who?
Tony Ferguson.
Care about that. This fight would be bigger. That's a safer fight for Nate. That's probably the better fight for the both of them. But it's just like in my head because that Diaz fight was supposed to happen. That was scheduled. That was going to go down. I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, or last year before. That's something that you could do. Or what's Michael Chandler doing?
Here's the thing. That's the obvious choice.
It's a great fucking choice.
But that's if here's what we're dependent on. That's if Poirier wants to go through the rigors of going through the ladder again to get back to the title fight for a third time.
Fair enough.
And in my point, I don't think Dustin wants to do that.
It's not like he has much of a ladder.
Here's the problem. I think he beats the shit out of Michael Chandler. I got you on that. I think he beats the shit out of Michael Chandler. Then it's either you got to go against Oliveira again, and I see the Oliveira shit playing out the exact same way. I'm sorry, I love Dustin. Like the reason why I was talking shit about Poirier is because he was fighting Conor. Any other time, Poirier's been my fucking guy. I see the same shit happening with Oliveira.
I know where your head's at. I know where your head's at.
I don't know if.
Go on and say his name.
I don't know if he beats Justin Gaethje.
Well, he's already beaten Justin Gaethje.
Yeah,
Gaethje.
I know. This is different. This is a different Gaethje though. That's not the same. Like that's
Agreed.
My point. This is a different Gaethje.
Here's my thing.
And I don't see Gaethje beating Oliveira anyway. So this is my point. Why would you go through another fucking war with Gaethje to get back to a title, you're most likely not going to win.
See, I don't think this is the difference. I I think the only thing Poirier needs to get back into title contention is Oliveira to lose. Now, I'm not saying that's an easy thing to happen.
I don't think it's happening. That's my point. That's my
But
point. I
yeah,
don't see
that's the thing.
Oliveira losing to to
That's the
anybody.
thing. I think
He's Khabib with hands, bro. Like, and knees. Like, that's who he is. Like, literally, that's who Oliveira is, dude. Like, no, man. I don't
that's
see.
my thing. My thing is if Oliveira were to lose either to Gaethje or to Islam,
I don't think
all
I don't
Poirier
and
needs.
then I don't think Poirier wants any of that Makachev
I
smoke
think Poirier,
either.
like
That's my point.
I'm
I
simply
don't think
saying,
he
if
wants
he
any of that
wants
Makachev
if
smoke.
he wants the belt, because he's never been undisputed lightweight champion. Scarlett, he's never been undisputed lightweight champion. Period. But if that is something that's still on his mind, if it is, to me, he beats Chandler, Oliveira loses the belt, Poirier's first in line. That's my thing.
The first in line?
Yes. If he beats Chandler, I absolutely.
No.
More so on the Islam thing, because if like they were to do
I
the
don't
Gaethje
think
fight,
if he
if they were to
beats
do the
Chandler, he's
Gaethje
not next
fight,
in
then
line.
Islam. If it's more so on the yeah, I don't think so with Gaethje. If Islam were to be like, if it were to be Islam to take the belt, I think he's first in line.
I don't think
That's
Dustin won. I just don't think Dustin won. I think Dustin has at least
he might
2
not.
fights. I think Dustin has at least 2 to 3 fights to get back.
Maybe.
I think because it's either. Go ahead.
I was just going to, because you did mention him. His former teammate at American Top Team, your favorite welterweight, Kobe Covington.
Stop that bullshit. Stop saying that shit. That shit makes my ears bleed every time you say it. Stop saying that just because I picked him against your guy. Cut it out. Stop it. Stop it. I was just trying to sell a fight, Corey. Stop. I was just trying to sell a fight, Corey. Stop. Stop it with the shit.
Okay. So Kobe Covington said this to Submission Radio about Dustin Poirier. And I quote, "Just the quitter mentality of Dustin. He's always been like that. Doesn't like to work hard. Living off beating Conor McGregor. What's the big deal about beating Conor McGregor anymore these days? I mean, he has a great legacy. Did some great things in the past. The guy made a lot of money. Kind of went in on Conor a little bit. So that's
continue. He said Conor doesn't have the same drive anymore.
He said Conor, guy made a lot of money, but he doesn't have the same drive anymore. Right. So beating a guy like that isn't going to mean you're some world beater or the best in the world. So that's what I saw. I figured he's going to gas out and he was going to eventually quit, and that's what he did. Just like in the Khabib fight, he quits. He puts his head on the mat and he leaves his neck open so he could get rear naked choked. So it wasn't a surprise. He then went on to say to Dustin, "You said it's on site when I see you in the media. It's this and that." He's talking the big game like he's a street fighter. He's some badass fighter. Stop cutting all that weight. Come up to the real man's weight class, welter, and let's do this, man. You talk too much shit. You know you can bring your little Jezebel of a wife, bring that little kid you used as a prop, bring the whole Louisiana swamp trash family, and let's do this, man. Stop cutting all that weight. Stop being a bully.
For Kobe to say stop being a bully is some wild shit to me. But that's some wild shit to me. But I mean, if I'm Poirier, I fight Conor, I get paid. I see what Max wants to do. I see that. You see where I'm going with this? Like, do you see where I'm going? Because Max is starting to talk about possibly moving up to 155.
Max and Oliveira fought, if I'm not mistaken, at featherweight.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'm almost positive they did, and I feel like Max beat him. I think so. Yes, they did. Finished him first round, minute and a half in 2015.
You finished Max?
No, Max finished Oliveira,
Finished Oliveira.
139 in the first round.
Yeah, that was a different Oliveira too, though.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Oliveira at 155 is a whole different.
And I wasn't totally impressed by Max's last performance. Like, he won the fight. Corey, it wasn't like it wasn't like a cater performance or anything like that.
That's a very unfair. You can't replicate that kind of performance. You can't replicate a cater performance.
If you the best boxer in UFC, you can. Exactly. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, I'm on my shit today. Yeah,
Poirier,
I'm on my shit today.
Poirier really looked like the best boxer in the world too against.
He did. What the fuck are you talking about?
He did.
He did. He got kneed in the clinching and getting kneed has nothing to do with your boxing skills, jerk. It's nothing to do with your boxing skills. He got kneed. This is a big difference. As far as you just sitting there throwing hands with Poirier, no, we've seen.
We're not going to act like
we've seen he's better than Max. We've
Yair
seen it
Holloway.
already.
I say Yair Holloway. Yair Rodriguez put on a hell of a performance in that fight.
I'm not taking anything.
That was a
Yair
standing performance from Yair, and Max took that in, adjusted, and pulled away in the last 2.5, 3 rounds of that fight.
Yeah, I give you that. Yes,
absolutely.
I just said. It wasn't a dominant performance by Matt. That's all I'm saying.
It wasn't a dominant performance because Yair is really fucking good.
Okay. So we could say the same thing about. So that we could use the same argument that you just had about Poirier and Oliveira.
Yeah, except Max still won. It's a little bit,
but his boxing skills weren't.
They were still really good. It was just Yair
really good. Yeah,
they were really good. Yair is a different type of fighter because nobody fights like that. Motherfucker out here doing cartwheels and one-handed switch backwards flip kicks and all this other shit. You're not just going to regular box that type of nigga and have it look as it did when you fought Cater or fucking Brian Ortega. It's not possible. The nigga knocked the nigga out with an upwards over the head elbow. I can't even bend my elbow that high. How he knocked the nigga out doing that shit like that. It's different.
Yeah, this shit. But I'm just saying. To me, if I thought about it, I did sit down and think about it because Max is my guy too. If I was to pick two of them to have success boxing, if I was to pick in between the two, the way Poirier boxes, I would pick Poirier.
I'll give you that. It's absolutely more traditional.
So to me, that's why I say he's the better boxer in the UFC.
I'll still throw Diaz in there, but you said you need to.
That's your man's. Like, come on, dog. Like,
am I wrong? Am I wrong in bringing him up in that conversation though?
I mean, he's in the conversation. I can't say that I can't say that he's not. But
we can go back and review stuff. I'm just saying I'm not crowning Dustin the best boxer in the UFC until I take a close look at these other candidates. I have to take a look at that first. And Poirier is one that tops.
Poirier is going to be at the top because Max is clearly 2. I got respect for Peter, but Max is clearly 2.
We will have to.
And then there's a gap. Like let's not. There's a gap in between Max and Peter Yan. There's a gap, Corey.
I mean, and when you're talking about, like you said, having success in boxing and like traditional, like you said, like having success in like traditional boxing, like Yan is very much like that in the same way as Poirier is. Max is his own kind of style of boxing. Like
It's
that's
perfect.
it's a
It's
whole
his
different.
style. His boxing style is perfect for MMA. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? His
right,
boxing style is
exactly,
perfect for
exactly.
MMA.
If you're
But
talking about going into boxing in that way, I would put Jan above him, and I think he's right there with Poirier in that mode in which you're talking about. I'd put Jan in there. Hell, I mean, for real, I can't not throw Holly Holm in there because she won
but
20 million boxing
you
time.
have to put Holly Holm in there. You like
Right,
that,
like
I'm not
she
I don't want
won
to
boxing
you
titles.
know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, right.
I can't put Holly's a good one, but I wasn't as bad as this
She's
may
literally
sound.
had success in boxing.
As bad as this may sound, I was just kind of talking about the male side. I didn't
She
necessarily
just
think
popped in
Holly. So
my
that's
head
good.
right
That's good
now as
on
I
your
thought
part.
about it.
That's good on your part to bring that up because
Um,
you're absolutely right. Um, but at the same time, Holly's boxing hasn't. I don't want to say it hasn't translated well because it has.
it's a different. It's a
It's
whole
just
different game.
different.
It's
Like
just a whole different
she's
game.
more of a kickboxer to
Yeah, to
me
me, her
than
kickboxing is better
right.
than
Like
her
you know what I'm
boxing
saying?
straight
Like there's
boxing game.
more to
But
Holly
right,
than but
but
with Dustin
it's
it's
that
just hands.
it's the
Like you know what
hands,
I'm saying? Like it's
hands,
just
right.
hands. He got the calf kick, he got
With
that.
all of them, him and
But
Jan and Holloway, all are pretty much all because that was what was hurting Max in the Yair fight. Was like Yair was throwing kicks and doing everything, and
mhm,
Max is like, "Catch these hands! What are you doing? I don't like this."
right.
We have done as I assumed we would. Spent the majority of an hour on the two title fights. I'd be remiss if we didn't at least touch on these other main card fights really quickly. Jeff Neal beating Ponzinibbio. I had it 2-1 Neal. The best part of that fight was Neal's corner completely
Yeah.
pumping him up
Going
before
ape
that
shit.
third round. I
Going
loved
ape
that.
shit. Yeah.
And it worked.
Hmm.
And it worked. What do
That
you
was a
think
good
can be
fight.
next for it? It was a good fight. What do you think could be next for Jeff Neal? Um, he's really good, but he's really safe.
Hmm.
And it kind of
He called out
hurts
somebody.
him a little bit.
He did call out somebody, but it wasn't like a big name or anything like that, or somebody that was
He
like, oh yeah,
didn't.
that's really
He
interesting.
should
I
be
forgot who he called out. But that's my
he should
point with
be
Jeff
shooting a
Neal. Like
little bit higher.
where is he ranked?
Right now he's 12. Directly above him are Kamzat, Bilal Muhammad, and Michael Chiesa.
I kind of think all of those matchups are really bad for him.
Yeah.
Kiesa? I mean,
Chiesa
because
isn't the worst.
Bilal's busy.
Yeah.
Um, who was the other one that you said? Hamzat?
Kamzat. Kamzat. No.
He's
No.
not facing Hamzat.
No.
It's not happening.
Absolutely not.
That's not
Absolutely
happening.
not.
So
Um,
I would say Kiesa. I mean, especially Kiesa made an ass out of himself apparently at UFC
right.
269. He got drunk and face planted trying to get in the octagon.
Yeah,
Some
that was
wild shit
bad.
like
That was
that.
bad.
Um,
Huh.
but yeah, I would probably say Kiesa. And Kiesa's coming off of a loss, correct? Yeah, it's probably going to be that.
Yes, yes. It's fun, huh? Good thing I looked at this because I was like, I saw one little interesting name, but I have completely forgotten. Again, thankfully, I looked. Up at number 7 was Neil Magny, and then I looked, and Neil Magny literally just beat Jeff Neal in May. Take that off the table immediately.
Yeah,
I don't even remember that fight happening.
me
Until I
neither.
looked at it, I was like, oh, yeah, I do kind of remember that. Magny beat him unanimous decision. So, yeah, I don't know about that.
Mhm.
Second fight, Kai Car France is the latest to knock shit out of Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, some people
Um,
aren't built for this.
does Cody Garbrandt? Is that the single best like one hit? Well, like I don't want to call Cody a one hit wonder, but like my God, he is really, really
No,
getting
he's
closer to
lost
one
6
hit
of his
wonder.
last 7 now, right?
Is it that many? I think it's
5 or is
four
it
out of
5
five.
or his
I think it's
last 6? No, I
four
think
out
it's
of
5
five or
out.
5 out of 6.
No, it's 5 out of 6, I think.
Um,
Yeah, he's lost 5 out of
yeah,
his last 6. And he's almost gotten knocked out in damn near every one of them. So
um, Yeah. Rob Font. I forgot about the Rob Font fight.
Yeah, that was Rob
Yeah.
Font's coming out party, actually.
Yeah, it
um,
was.
that was Rob Font's coming out party. He was beating the shit out of beating the shit out
Yeah,
of
it is.
Kobe that night.
It
Like,
is five
yo,
out of six. Five
yo,
out of six with four of the five being knockouts.
yep, yep. So
Whoo.
If you Cody, do you hang it up?
Um, I don't know. I think he's. I think he's too stubborn to retire like this. I
Yeah,
don't think he would allow himself to. I think he's too stubborn. I don't think he's just like, yeah, this is
he's
it. I
young
think he's like,
though.
there's
He's young.
no.
He's
He's
31.
super young.
He's
He's
31.
ridiculously young. Yes, that's what's like. The Dominic Cruz fight was so like he didn't just beat Dominic Cruz. He made Dominic Cruz look like an amateur when Cruz hadn't lost in for fucking ever. He was
Mhm.
dancing on Cruz like that, pointing at him. We just saw Dominic Cruz eat the shots from Pedro Munoz that put fucking Cody out. Cruz ate them and came back and won the fight.
Mhm.
Like Cruz is still that dude. Like anyone ever
Mhm.
want to question that man's a fucking legend. He made him look like a child,
Mhm.
and that's it. I don't know what could be next for him. I had want honestly, you know what's next for him because now would make the perfect time for your boy Sugar Sean O'Malley to say, "Give me God." Oh, y'all want me to fight somebody real now? Fight someone with a name? Let's go, Cody. Let's do that now. This would be the perfect time, and no one could say shit. No one. It's within the UFC's MO to throw names to prospects like Sean O'Malley. It's a big name who's clearly right now on the downside. The, to me, that would make all the sense in the world.
Whose fault is this fight happening now?
What do you mean whose fault?
Whose fault is this fight? It's Cody's fault.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
If Cody would have shut the fuck up at the press conference and watched his mouth, now he got to get knocked out by Sean because that's happening. So thank you, Cody. And Sean, you're a fucking genius.
I just
Sean's a genius. Sean's because the minute Sean touches him, the minute
I
Sean
know.
touches him, he's fucking sleep. The
Absolutely.
minute Sean touches him. So
Absolutely. That being said, of course, that would require him to go back to 135. Since technically he was at 125 for this fight.
He better go back to 135.
Yeah. O'Malley's now ranked 13th. So if at number 13 he can't fight someone ranked, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit.
And at the same time, you know how Dana work? You 5 or 6? Oh, okay.
So here are the people. I hope they don't do this. Oh my god, I hope they. Directly above Sean O'Malley right now, Rafael Sunsal. I don't think that would do shit. This is one that I'm afraid of that they would do, and that's Frankie Edgar. Don't do Frankie. Don't do Frankie like that, please.
I mean, Frankie
Don't
still
do
want to
Frankie
fight.
like that. Don't do Frankie like that.
Frankie still want to fight. He a big name. You just made the case.
Don't do. I know that. That's why I don't like it.
You just made the case.
That's why I don't, because it would. That's exactly what they would do. Pedro Munoz is 10, Marlon Moraes is 9, and the one we've talked about before that they just need to go the fuck ahead and make it happen. Cheeto Vera rematch. He's ranked number 8. Do the fucking rematch.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I would go ahead and I would fight. Who was 9? Morales,
Marlon
right?
Moraes. Marlon Moraes is 9.
I take that fight. That's the fight. That's the fight. You take the Marlon. That's the fight too, motherfucker. That's the fight. That's the fight right there. That's your ranked opponent. That's the fight, and he gonna get Moraes the fuck out of there too. So that's the fight. That's the fight. Fuck Cody. Cody's not worth his time anymore.
And it's fucked up. And it's fucked up because Cody's not ranked in any division anymore. So
Cody's not worth his time. He's really not. This is why you gotta be careful what you say, bro. Like, this is why you gotta be really careful about what you say. Yeah, he's not even on Sean's radar, so we're not even gonna entertain that. Cody gotta do something to get his shit together.
Yeah, I could see Marlon Moraes. I could see Frankie Edgar. Hell, I could see the Dominic Cruz. I don't personally like that matchup for him. I don't like that matchup for Sean at all.
I don't think Dana's going to do that. I think Dana's going to try to push Dominic a little bit. I think he still wants to build Sean. Like, Dom
wants to make one more run at the belt. He's been open about that. He wants to make one more run at the belt.
He called out Jose Aldo or
that would be fun. I'm here for that.
Or little birdie told me, you know what I'm saying, my man's is back in the USADA testing pool. I'm saying if Dominic want that, if Dominic
I'm here for that rematch.
If Dominic want that smoke again, I'm saying we could set it up. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm here for that rematch, but if Cejudo's coming back, he's got a fighter picked out. I think he's either coming back. No, he'll die. Volkanovski will destroy that little boy.
I don't know about that. We'll talk about that on another day. We'll talk about that on another day.
I think he'll fight like Moreno at 125, I don't think he's coming back for them type of fighters. I don't think he's coming back to fight Volkanovski. I don't think he's coming back to fight Petr Yan. I don't. You can't convince me that he wants any part of Petr Yan. You cannot convince me of that. That man is staying far the fuck away from him. He's not. And Volkanovski is damn near the same thing, but 10 pounds heavier. He don't want no parts of that. If Aljo somehow stays, he might try to take Aljo or some Moreno like he thinks he can beat. He's not coming back for Yan.
You're putting a lot of disrespect on Triple C's name. He hasn't really ducked anybody, so I don't really get where the fuck that energy is coming from.
Because when he was talking about coming back, he was only calling out older people with names, not champs. So he was saying he wanted to fight Cruz. He was saying he wanted to fight Aldo. He wasn't calling out the champ. You're Triple C.
He's calling out champs
Triple
now.
C.
So what? He's calling out champs now. Is he not?
Triple C. You come back to fight champs.
Is he calling out champs?
Who's he calling out? Volkanovski? Volkanovski kill him. He don't want that.
He called him out.
He's doing that. He's doing that for sure. He's not coming back to fight Volkanovski. He's not doing it. He's not.
He's trying to get paid. Not a chance. That's what he's trying to do. He doesn't give a fuck about who he fights. He's trying to get paid for it.
Well, then why Volkanovski is not a money fight? We're not. Come on. I love Volkanovski. He's amazing. He's not a money fight. He's not. He's not. Call it what it is. Amazing fighter. Top 5 pound for pound right now. Absolutely. He's not a money fight. He's not.
So Triple C has won the 125 and 135, right?
Yes.
He's going for the 145.
Nah, go down to 115 or something and do something. Nah, do something different. Try to fight somewhere else. Stop. No, you better go over to Bellator and fight. They won 35 pounds or some shit.
Well, you like bugging. That. Ain't nobody going to Bellator. You better put respect on my man's name. You better cut that shit out.
respectfully telling Henry Cejudo, you do not want parts of Piotr Jan. You do not want parts of Alexander Volkanovski. Stay the fuck away from them. You don't want that.
I think he chose Volkanovski the fuck out.
T City could. After T, he's gonna choke Volkanovski out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After what we saw him survive with that guillotine from T City, but Cejudo is gonna choke him out. He's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Brother Matthew. I need Malik back because Brother Matthew.
Brother Matthew.
I don't like Brother Matthew is on some other shit.
Brother Matthew.
I need Malik. I need Malik back.
Malik has changed a new leaf, and I am Brother Matthew now.
I don't like this nigga Brother Matthews on some other shit. I don't know.
No, I'm not. He beat Demetrius Johnson. Everybody thought I was on some other shit when I told him that he would. So I mean, I don't really see. I don't really see why I should be like on some other shit. Now he's proved me right every single time. So I don't really. What you mean has nothing to do with this? Has everything to do. It has everything to do with this. You just said I'm on some other shit. I just told you that when I told people after the first time Henry got beat, no, I think he could actually beat DJ. They told me I was on some other shit, and then he went out and did it. Did he do it? Did he do it?
By official judges' scorecards, yes, he did.
Will never fucking admit this. He did it.
Because I've watched the fight multiple times, and he didn't win.
He won, Corey. I'm sorry. Ground control.
Okay. He had ground control for a minute in the second round. Got outstruck 2-1, and they gave him that round. Outstruck 2-1, ground control for a minute, and he won that round. Okay, right, sure.
Yeah, ground control.
Okay, no fucking ground control. He didn't even land no ground strikes. Man threw a bunch of strikes with 10 seconds left. Didn't land none of them. But the crowd cheered, and I looked at my brother because I was in the fucking building for that fight, and I knew it. And I turned to him. I said, I guarantee you they'll give Cejudo that round. He didn't land shit. And my brother looked at me like I was crazy. It's like, no fucking way he won that round. I said, nope. They're going to give him that round. You knew it. I knew it. Saw the shit coming from a mile away. We've never
done that fight watch, by the way.
They didn't want DJ to be the champ. I was there. Number one pound for pound fighter, not a single bit of merch at any fucking stand in the fucking UFC. They wanted to get DJ the fuck out of there.
First of all, let's not pretend like DJ is the most charismatic person.
They had TJ Dillashaw merch.
TJ Dillashaw is charismatic.
They had Ronda Rousey merch, and she wasn't even with the company. She was wrestling.
They knew she was going to come and be a star.
There is no reason.
I don't see like you. Do you get my point? Like, do you get my point? He doesn't generate business. You're nice, nigga, but you don't generate business.
I'm not saying he's the most biggest star and like all that. I'm not saying he's that. Obviously, he's not. But that's still your number one pound for pound fighter. You still make a fucking effort. You didn't stop selling Anderson Silva shit because he barely speaks fucking English in interviews and he's just nice and doesn't go crazy like that. You still sell the fighters. And they stop trying to sell the fighters.
So Vince screwed Brett, huh? That's what you're saying?
They didn't say shit about that.
Vince screwed Brett? Is this the same situation? That's what you're saying? That's exactly what you. They didn't want him to be champ, so they
didn't want him to be
champ. Belt off of him.
That's no.
That's what you're saying to me.
That's not. I'm not the only one who said that shit. Brendan Sharp said that shit too. I know I don't normally want to quote Brendan Sharp. I get that. I
respect my fellow podcaster.
That was.
I respect. That's all I'm gonna say. I respect my fellow broadcaster. I'm not gonna shit on Brendan Sharp because a lot of the shit that he says is right. But at the same time, Brandon Schaub got smoked with Dana White too. So
He does. He does.
He got smoked with Dana White too. So
But he was someone that came out and was like, yeah, nah, people like within UFC were wanting him to lose. They wanted to get the belt off TJ. He said that too. I do believe it. I just completely sidetracked here. Real quick, and you said you didn't watch or wasn't able to watch the prelims. But Josh Emmett Dan Ige fight was a good fight. More technical than the brawl that I think most people expected coming from those two fighters. But it was a good technical fight. And Josh Emmett, because he had all those injuries, he hadn't fought since he had the Shane Burgos fight last year, which was one of the best fights of last year. So him getting a win, I think he's now up to 6 at featherweight. And look, Josh Emmett ain't on the Max Volkanovski level, but he's number 6. And the man at number 4 is also known for putting on really good, fun fights. Man known as the Korean Zombie. Just make the fight. just make that fight, please. Just do it. Korean Zombie needs another fight.
That's right, Gerard. I am a refined gentleman now. I've changed my ways. So now I am now from now on Conversations at the Shop podcast. And on Fight Night, I shall now from now on be known as Brother Matthew. Thank you, Gerard. Thank you, Gerard. Thank you, Gerard.
I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Dominic Cruz for his outstanding performance, surviving this Pedro Munoz almost knocked his head off in the first round. And he ate it, and he took him down and recovered, and then he proceeded to just outbox the man for the last 10 minutes of that fight. It was beautiful. Dominic Cruz is a legend. Put some respect on that man's name. And we got to see Tai Tuivasa knock someone else out and do a shoey. Always fun. Always fun. Gotta love it. Any last things you would like to add tonight, sir?
There was no nonsense.
No. This was a very
there was
very
no
good,
nonsense here in the show.
Very good conversation.
Yes, no nonsense for sure. Anything else? Did I see anything else really that caught my eye? Nope, just the El Kukui. Most likely his next opponent is Nate, from what I hear.
We'll talk about that when he gets better.
The interesting thing was Stylebender and Robert Whitaker. Stylebender retweeted a post about that fight being official, and Stylebender put cap. So let's watch out for that. That's a little interesting. Yep. I don't know what that's about too much.
Could be a lot. Listen, the world COVID is hitting bad again right now.
Yo, Eric, we put it in a group. I don't tag anybody to the show, so don't think it's personal. Plus, you were casual. I mean, can you be mad?
We don't tag casual, so it's just kind of the way it goes.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my boy Ito. The post every week he lick. I be getting on him when he don't be posting them. I be in his inbox like, hey bro, what the fuck? Like,
it's a fact.
But was there anything else? John's training with Henry Cejudo's camp apparently.
Just team up all the people that I don't care for.
I do got a good one. The GOAT feels like giving out Christmas presents.
What's Anderson Silva doing?
I don't know. But the GOAT feels like giving people Christmas presents and gifts. So now we have Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley 2.
And that's this weekend too, isn't it?
Yep. It's this weekend. We have Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley 2.
What day is that? Is that gonna be on Saturday?
It's Jake Paul. It's a Saturday.
Okay, I'm gonna be at Smack Volume 9, so I ain't gonna watch it. I don't care.
Okay, I wouldn't watch it if I were you either. If you like Tyrone, but go ahead and what's your prediction?
I don't care. It's a last minute replacement. So Tyron's probably out of shape and shit. So Jake Paul's probably gonna win again. I don't care.
So that's your pick?
I'm not watching it. Yeah. No, no, fuck it. I'm
No,
stubborn
no,
as
no,
shit.
no.
I
That's your pick.
refuse. No,
That's your pick.
no,
Your
no,
pick is Jake Paul.
no,
Say that's your
no.
pick. If that's the
Absolutely
pick,
not.
that's the pick. Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that. Don't do
no,
that. Be objective,
no,
Corey. Be
no.
objective.
Objectively, fuck Jake Paul. I'm still picking Tyrone just because I have to. I have zero faith in Tyrone. I have. I'll give it. You know what? I will give Jake Paul this. At least you're getting Tyrone paid. I'll take that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that Tyrone is gonna get this. I think it was like $500,000 or some shit like that. To do this fight on short notice. I'll take that. Good for you, Tyrone. Get that money. Do I have faith in you actually winning this fight? Zero. I have zero belief in you winning this fight. That being said, I'm still picking you because I will never pick a fucking Paul brother in these goddamn fights.
They win. I don't see what the fucking problem is with you
I
picking
don't
him.
care.
If they actually win,
Don't care. I'll take that loss. I'll take that loss. You can put that loss on the record. I'm okay with that.
you're supposed to be the objective one up here. I'm supposed to be the one that's wilding out. See, this is why Brother Matthew is here. It's your fault. Your fault. I knew you would do this shit this show. I knew. See that look, that smug ass look on your face. I knew we'd see that this show. That's why I kept asking you if you were ready for the show. That smug ass look you got, I knew I was going to see it. And that's why Brother Matthew is here, because it's apparent that from this point on, I have to be the objective one because Corey is so emotional about shit.
Not emotional though.
That's an emotional pick.
But then, don't ask me to be emotional when it comes to making the football picks. These are my emotional picks now. I stay objective when it comes to football. I can be emotional when it comes to these.
What's your positive word, man? I'm done with this show now. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I know Corey had a bad weekend. That's how I know.
I didn't have a bad weekend. I
Yeah.
was fine. I enjoyed watching the fights. Positive words. Be safe out there, people. Protect yourselves, protect your family, because this COVID shit is picking back up like a motherfucker.
He did, and he
This
still got his
is
ass kicked.
Yeah, I don't care. Shit is real. I mean, the fucking Bulls done lost like 2/3 of their team. They done got games postponed. The Nets done put 5, 6 people in the protocols. The Rams shut down their entire facility. They're having shit like that. No, I think Giannis just went in the protocol. Like, there is a lot of shit going down. Shit is spreading back up. People, I ain't here to argue no kind of political type shit, whatever. Do what you need to do to be safe, protect yourself, protect your people. Wear these goddamn masks. It's not that big a deal. We know that.
We'll save that for Saturday.
I ain't gonna be here Saturday, so I'll let him know. Yeah, Loso, Sazon going up there. It's happening.
That's if we have a show Saturday.
Like I said, I'm gonna be at Smack. I'm gonna be at this Smack Volume card. I'm about to see what this Sioux Surf New Jersey tour about to do.
I heard that Roman Reigns deems you niggas unworthy.
I was very unhappy with that. I go to fucking SmackDown and Roman Reigns don't show up. So disrespectful.
Yeah.
I had I could have just worn my Sasha shirt. I could have just wrecked the female goat.
Damn, I told you to wear that shirt too.
You did, and I did, and I was like, yeah, nah, he's right. I gotta wear the acknowledge me. And then he don't pop up. I could have acknowledged my female goat, and I didn't. And then Roman don't even show up. It was
you should have went and got a Sasha shirt while you were there.
Yeah, but I don't like these other Sasha shirts that they have. I don't care for. Some of these is is what it is. Like I said, anyway, protect yourselves, people. Shit is real out here. And, we ain't trying to lose nobody else. Shit is tough. So protect yourselves, protect your family, people. Be safe out there. Yes, she was. She was in the dark match voted out here. Dark match: Becky, Sasha, Bianca, and Charlotte had a four-way match as a dark match. So yes, Sasha was at the building,
Did she win?
and she won. She did, but it ended up being like a non-title match. It was one of those. It's gonna be a four-way match for the women's title, and then they got out there, and Charlotte was like, "Yeah, I'm not putting my title on the line." And then Sasha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Four-way.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It's a dark match. It was like 5 minutes.
Okay. Nothing but finishers.
Pretty much. It actually was good for like a 5 minute four-way match where you can only do so much. Like everyone got their little shine. Bianca looks impressive in person because she's just a ridiculous fucking athlete. So it's like, yeah, you can do flips and all that good shit.
Right. Okay. Um. I will revisit the subject just because I know somebody that's going through a lot. Protect your mental health at all costs. For real. And try to be understand. If you know somebody who has mental health issues, try to be a little bit more understanding of what they're going through instead of judging them. Know that could be a big thing in the mental health community is when somebody has like a bipolar disorder or social anxiety or something, they get judged for the way they may react to certain things. And if you know somebody that has that, try to be a little bit more understanding. You know what I'm saying? And if you're that person, do whatever you got to do to help yourself so you can have maybe not a normal life, but there's more to life than to feel like you have no hope. So do whatever you need to do in order to protect your mental health. And that's my positive word for today. And love you people while you're here. Always. I don't know if y'all seen Malik Mondays or anything like that. They've been pretty deep lately. Definitely love you people while you're here. And that's my positive word for today.
Well said.
So I guess we'll see you when we see you. I think we probably should take a break until next year. I mean, there ain't shit going on. UFC's locked down
Yeah.
for the holidays. You know what I mean? So
Right. Unless something crazy happens. But we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all.
love you too, Gerard.
For sure. I'll go in and out, Gerard. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
That's facts, actually. It's facts, actually. But I guess we'll see y'all after the new year. We hope everybody has like a great Christmas. Like Corey said, be safe. I'm gonna go ahead and put the ticker on there. Don't worry about it doesn't even say an episode, so that's awesome. If you want to help support us, you want to help us get some Christmas gifts, maybe you want some Christmas gear as well to support the show, all you got to do is to go to merch at the shop.store. I say it every single time, merch at the shop.store. It helps us pay the bills for the podcast or whatever, try to get guests on the show. It helps us. We got apparel for y'all. We got, can't believe I'm saying this, bucket hats. We got sweat. It's wintertime now, so the sweatshirts we got, the joggers we got. Yo, them joints is fire too. You can get them at any color. It got our logo on it. Make sure you support us once again. If you want to help us out, go to merch at the shop.store. Get you something for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Go out and get you something for New Year's. They fire. Go out New Year's. You know what I mean? Got some good colors up there. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm out. I'm about to go play like Halo is fucking amazing, by the way. I know you're a PS.
I've heard I am a PS guy. I have a couple people at the job who've been talking about Halo and said it's fire.
Halo is fucking amazing. So that's exactly what I'm going to do after I play Fortnite. So I'm going to get my ass kicked in Fortnite. So, yeah. Yeah, and if anybody got a system or whatever, Con at the shop on Xbox. I don't play that PS trash shit. So, Con at the shop. What?
Disrespect.
Whatever. But we love y'all. Y'all be safe. We holla at y'all later.
Joe.
Make sure I end the episode this time.
Steph broke the record in New York, bing bong.
The Lakers looking up to blow up their whole goddamn squad that they just got. We out.